how else in your life you can apply those things. Mindfulness and self-awareness. Now, there will be a time that you see everybody here achieving results, but you are not, because you are still stuck giving yourself the same excuses. And so, my goodness, why do I keep repeating the same story? And then you go into self-awareness. And we're going to have all the mind exercises to help you identify those things and start understanding patterns that maybe come from the past that are time to let go. And this will increase your knowledge of yourself that you can then apply for any other area of your life. You see, there's a lot of patience and perseverance, because you see that differently than what social media tells you, this is not a fast journey. It is a slow journey. It takes patience and perseverance for you to really, now I am really getting how to harmonize the strings and the horns, but the guys of the percussion are still completely off track. And I'll keep my perseverance. And as I'm getting steps forward, maybe I take some steps back. And this is part of the personal growth journey that you get from working on weight loss. Working on weight loss is not eating more salad and, going for a walk. It's a whole personal transformation journey. And, one of the things that illustrates this in a nice way, this is you see here a study. This is from the University of Ohio State University. And they were correlating BMI, which is a measurement of body weight, with net worth. How much money a person makes in a year. They followed more than 7,000 people for a span of 15 years. And what they realized during these 15 years is that people who lost weight, whose body was in a state of obesity, for example, and in these 15 years, somewhere around this point, they slowly took their bodies to a healthy weight. They experienced a 136% net worth gain above the average. This was the value equivalent to about 4 houses. People who took their bodies from a state of obesity to a state of ideal weight with any time frame within 15 years, they earned themselves the money equivalent to 4 houses. And then you ask, what is happening there? Huh? People are not transforming the fat into their bodies, into money. Huh? This is just a reflection of the personal growth journey that somebody goes when they learn to master their body weight. All of those skills, mindfulness, self-awareness, patience, perseverance, discipline, consistency, this is only showing the amount of personal growth, evolution, and skills that you develop throughout changing your body that then spills off into changing other areas of your life. That's why I love the body journey. After you transform your body, you look at it before and after, very tangible. There's a before and after that you can see with your eyes. Wow, what else can I change? Here I am telling the story of my life and a story of overcoming challenges. Now I believe in myself. Now I learned to take care of myself. Now I learned to prioritize my own well-being. And I'll tell you already something in advance. The main point of weight loss, what makes difference between somebody who is successful and somebody who is not, is their ability to give themselves permission for self-care. The main difference between somebody who is successful and somebody who is not is that the one who is successful, at some point, they learn to give themselves permission to put themselves first. And they learn that this is not selfish, but is generous. Because all the actions that we're going to work on will require you that. Changing food, finding time for exercise, changing your morning routine, changing sleep routine, things that we're going to go step by step, they will require you to put your needs first. And it's very a very tricky thing, because any of us has a balance of masculine and feminine energy. A dominance of masculine energy has trouble with self-care because it's not masculine enough. That's the traditional masculine energy angle on self-care. So, that's not masculine, I'll keep here working. Huh? But the dominance of feminine energy sees self-care as selfish, because the feminine energy, by the normal standards that we have, is the person that is taking care of everybody else in the world and never have time for themselves. And if they put themselves first, they think themselves selfish. This is the main paradigm shift that we need to work on throughout the next 4 months. If you're going to be very successful at the end of this 4 months, you will learn to give yourself permission to put your needs first. And you realize that this is an act of generosity, because you can take care of your purpose, you can take care of your loved ones much better when the cup is overflowing. Does that make sense? Now, let's go back to people who are in the priority of losing weight and people who are not in the priority anymore. You're going to have different journeys out of the next 6 weeks. The people who say, hey, this is a big priority for me, I need a reset, I need to be, rebirth. I have abandoned my health and I'm here because I want to change that, and you are in the right place. You are practicing the beginner's mind. Everything that you know, everything that you don't know, fine, put that on the side and approach this session and all the following ones as a white belt mindset. Maybe there are things that I know, but I'm going to explore everything as if it's my first time. I'm going to get curiosity. I'm going to practice my things, and I'll focus on doing the basics well done. Because if I do the basics well done, that's what my body needs to play a song that is beautiful and harmonious. If you are the person who said you're number 2, weight loss is not a priority anymore, then my requirements for you are higher. Then you have more responsibility, because you need to practice the humility of going back to the basics as a master. Maybe you learned through another program. Maybe you did another course and you learned the skills of weight loss and healthy weight maintenance, or you're self-taught, or you never had that problem. This is amazing. Because imagine yourself as a black belt going back to the white belt techniques to get the nuance and the real mastery of those things. And when I practice martial arts, I practice karate and kung fu, after you reach the advanced level, you go to a whole recycle. You go back to day 1. But when you're practicing a direct punch in the horse stance as a white belt, you are getting the basic movement right. Trying to be curious about how I do this in the most efficient way. When you are black belt, you go back to the horse stance and the direct punch, but now you are paying attention how the pressure on your toes make the punch more effective. You get the nuance, you get the mastery of the basic techniques. So we're going to revisit the basics here. Doing the basic well done is always the most important for the body. If you are in the place, this is not a priority for me, then your requirements are higher. You're going to be more meticulous. You're going to study extra on the science of weight loss. You're going to be more meticulous on the action steps to make sure you master, because I want you to be good at these things. As you get good, master at those skills, life gets better. And that's our commitment here. Make sense? Beautiful. Yes. Love this. Master your body, plays a song that is harmonious. Light bulb. Pull all we know aside, approach with beginner's mind. Fantastic. Here are the problems that we are facing as we go into the skills, the realm of healthy metabolism and healthy weight. Most people fail. And this, we have the studies showing that 80% of the people fail to begin with. 80% of the people who said, I'm going to lose weight this year, fail. And the failure is defined in science as a permanent loss of 5% of the body weight, which is not too much. For somebody who is maybe 150 pounds, that would be 7.5 pounds. 80% fail that. And from the ones who are successful, another 80% regain that in 1 year or more. Even people who go into Ozempic or surgeries, like bariatric surgeries. For bariatric surgeries and medications, the ratio is 50%. It's like this humongous amount of weight loss, people losing 100 pounds or more. And then in 1 to 2 years, it's all back. And that gives you a very dark journey, huh? Because it makes you lose faith on yourself. And if you lose faith on yourself because you didn't grow the weight loss or the healthy weight skills, you are way more likely of giving up on any other dream or any other thing that you want to achieve in your life. So what we're doing here is that we need to do this right. You know, a couple of reasons is that there's a lot of behavioral factors. Now, people are thinking that this is only nutrition and exercise. Go on a diet and start running in the elliptical machine. And that is a confirmation. It's not a transformation. There is a difference between confirmation and transformation. Confirmation is like that. Imagine that you wear a very tight jeans. 3 numbers below your size, and then you need to pull, suck your belly, and then go through the day with something super uncomfortable, and then reach at the end of the day, you unzip the tight jeans. This is confirmation. There was no change in the body. You just pressed it for a certain amount of time. Eventually, you need to relieve. A diet and exercise only is the same thing. You wear a tight jeans for 3 months. Eventually go back to the comforting habits. Transformation is inside out. When you change your way of thinking, when you become the person whose body is healthy, who has different priorities. This is a third different shift that we need to work on, the language aspect here. Identity is important. A lot of people in the weight loss journey see themselves as somebody who's overweight trying to lose weight. If I identify myself, I'm overweight and I'm trying to lose weight. I'm overweight and I'm trying to lose weight. And this is where my mind operates. What is the reality that I manifest? The reality that I manifest is the person that never achieved it, because I'm not the person who achieved it, I'm the person who is trying. If I am the person who wants, I want to lose weight, I'm trying to lose weight, and that's how I identify myself, I'm perpetuating the gap. If I am the person who wants or the person who is trying, what I define is that I'm the person who is not there, whose desired state is separate. If this is what I identify, I keep making the same mistakes. Because the person who is not there is the person who is making those mistakes, and they are stuck in their path. They never achieved it. So nobody here is going to be a person who's overweight, trying to lose weight. You are a person who was born healthy or inherently healthy, that is reclaiming your path. That is, maybe you got lost for a few years, and now you are back to this healthy state, and the body's catching up. And say, Ronan, but I was not born healthy. Okay, I understand that. So then the identity is of a healthy person in the beginning of their journey. Is the professional maestro on the day one. It's not a normal person trying to become a maestro. I'm the professional maestro on my day one. My priorities are different. Do you see that? Here is the how do we solve this problem? If this is a huge problem, we need to have something that works. And there are all the methods that I have developed for weight loss, they are based on a few very broad and complete scientific studies in 2 books. The first study is the National Weight Control Registry. This is a project that exists for 20 years, since 1994. And they have a database of 10,000 people it's an ongoing project. And all these 10,000 people are people who successfully lost at least 60 pounds on average. That's the average person of this database, and kept it off for at least 5.5 years. So all of the human beings, this is the creme de la creme of the people who are good at this. And so what they do is that they study these people. Now, what did you do? Like, what are the changes? And then they outline all those things. We don't need to go into details because all of these details are already embedded into the next 6 weeks of all the program that we're going to do together. But there are a couple of common action points that I want you to pay attention to. 99% of these people, 99%, they focused on low-calorie diet. And I'm gonna, if those things don't sound heavy and restrictive, I'm gonna reframe those things. This is just the scientific vocabulary, so very dry, right? So low-calorie diet, regular physical activity, and frequent self-monitoring. These are the 3 basic families of skills that they focus, and 99% of these people did this. So low-calorie diet doesn't mean eating boiled chicken and broccoli. It means decreasing the ultra-processed and sugary foods and increasing more high satiation foods, and adding some different easy protocols like drinking more water, eating more vegetables, a little bit of intermittent fasting, a couple of easy things that decrease the calorie density of the food, eating more natural food. At the end of the day, your body is made of food. For you to have a good quality body, you need to give it good quality food and stop giving it fakey food. That's the bottom line. We're going to turn that into many actions and many habits over the next weeks. But bottom line is this: my body is made of food. The food I digest and transform into the physical molecules in the cells of my body. If I want a good body, I need to stop giving it fake food. I need to start giving it good quality food. It's as simple as that. There are nuances that we're going to study and apply to, but that's the main point. And here, what I wanted to pay attention to is that nutritional strategies is #1 priority. A lot of people, when they go into, I want to lose weight, what do? Sign up for the gym. Amazing, works, helps, but it's not what drives healthy metabolism and healthy weight. If the nutrition is all over the place, it doesn't matter how much exercise you do, you cannot get to that spot. So nutrition is the primary driver. That's why in the following weeks, that's what we're going to focus on, nutritional strategies, and then we start adding exercise. Second thing is self-monitoring. 99% of these people, they were measuring the things they were trying to change. And I know that many of us have an issue with that, in stepping on the scale or measuring the waist. But if you are in a journey of personal transformation, that entails facing your battles. I'm not going to allow any of my best friends or my family to avoid the battles that we need to face. So what we are going to do is not, yeah, that's uncomfortable to me, so let's not do it. No, if that's uncomfortable for me, that's a beautiful opportunity for self-awareness. I'm not going to avoid those things. I'm going to go straight into that thing. Because if I overcome that uncomfortable thing, I am more emotionally mature. I have more self-awareness. So one of the things that we start doing, and at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a challenge. Right now, I'm opening the box. Right now, I'm going to give you a lot of details, maybe a little overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But at the end, I'm going to make it very simple. We're going to focus on a few actions this week. One of them will be self-monitoring. which means we're gonna get the habit of learning, of measuring body weight and waistline, because they're the biggest correlations to a healthy weight for the body. That's the easiest light in the dashboard that shows, are you going into the direction that you want or not? But we need to learn to see those things as purely data. And we need to learn that you are not your body. If the body is thin, if the body is big, the body is round, if the body is overweight, that doesn't say anything about you. It just says about something about a current state of your body that it may and it will change. Doesn't say anything about your self-worth, doesn't say anything about your character, just says the current state of the physical body, and it will change. Even if it's thin, it may gain weight. If it is heavy, it may lose it. And this is just a physical feature of the body, just a piece of information, just like the body temperature, just like the gasoline tank of the car. It doesn't say anything about your identity. And the awareness that you are not your body, you are not your emotions, you're not your thoughts will be very important skills to develop as we are, stepping into things that are delicate, that can trigger emotions. Then there are two other studies that I also base a lot of my work on. One of them is this one called In Their Words, a topic analysis of the motivations and strategies over 6,000 long-term weight loss maintainers. That's why the name of the session is the strategies of 16,000 people, because the National Weight Control Registry is looking at 10,000. This is looking at 6,000, and this is looking at the mindset of weight loss. This is looking at the reasons why people start, how they work with their minds so they keep being consistent. How do they face setbacks? This is a fabulous paper that is only talking about the inner journey of weight loss. And I invite you to take a look at these studies, but even if you don't, all of these principles are embedded in the work that we're starting on today. And the third is the keeping it off, the permanent solution. The name of this study is the Determinants of Weight Loss Maintenance, a Systematic Review. That's talking about what happens once you achieve the results. How do you become the person that has the body in that healthy state? That will oscillate up and down, but it's your default state is a healthy weight. And it talks about self-monitoring again, not only of the body, but all the things that I eat, the things that I exercise. I measure the things that are important to me. If I am the maestro here, I'm listening to the music because I want to know if the strings are connected to the horns or not. So I'm self-monitoring those things. Intrinsic motivation. That means what are my personal reasons for this journey? It is, I'm not going to tell you, it's a hard journey. That's why 80% of people fail. And for you not to fail, your reasons need to be your own. It's not because of social pressure. If you are here because of social pressure, you need to find your own reasons for mastering health, mastering your body. We're going to have an exercise by the end of this session towards that direction. But we need to find your own reason, your intrinsic motivation, because it's hard. And whenever it gets tough, if all you're doing is to post a picture on Instagram because, right, there's a social pressure, or because your husband or your wife is making whatever comment, you're not going to last. So you need this extrinsic motivation. Is beautiful to start the journey. It's beautiful to create enough pain to say, I need to change. But what keeps you going, gives you success, is finding your intrinsic motivation. You don't need to find it today, but you need to practice it. And we're going to practice it this week. Until you find that, even if nobody is looking, if I live in an isolated island, this is why I would do it. This is what I want to find. Because this is what creates the permanent change. And social support. This is why I love that we are doing this in group. And this is why I will always reinforce the idea of participating in the community. From the National Weight Control Registry, 85% of the people who kept it off participated in a program. They didn't do this alone. They participated in a program that was guided And there was a community element. Because when you're transforming your body, you see that sometimes it's a lone journey. Because nobody in your family